I've dated a lot of guys, and this is kind of sad, but a lot of them have turned out gay, like they've come out after we've dated. It's scary. I meet them and I'm all excited because I'm like, oh my God, Alexandra, like he's so well dressed and he just understands me, and like to his friends he's probably like, well, she looks like a dude and swears like one, like, I guess this will work until I memorize that coming out speech, Don't. Slowly. It's like, I don't want to mess that one up. I don't know what it is. It's like the train runs express to Gay Town after it stops in Joselynville. They get out and like have the vacation where they're like, no, I think I get it. I think I get it now. I am not, I don't like women. Thank you, Joselyn. I'm like, no, why? Every time I go out with my friends, like my friends think it's really funny. It's like the big joke that I get like the creepiest dudes at the bar. They're like, oh, watch out, Joss, there's a creep over there. Like, look out. I'm like, it's funny, it's my life. But I was in New York and I had this guy come up to me. He was like in his like mid-50s. He's like totally hammered out of his brains. And he comes up to me, he's like, I like you because you look like you're 12. He's like, but ain't no perv or nothing. I'm like, well, sir, you're obviously a pervert, but I like you because you're not ambitious to go after a real 12-year-old. Good news for you, I happen to date lazy creeps. What do you say? Let's make some mistakes. I drink a lot. I drink way too much because if I don't, I shake. True. But something weird happens to me. I don't know if it happens to you guys. When I get drunk, I get really rich. All of a sudden, I start thinking I have all this money. I'm like loaded. Totally broke. I go up to the bartender and I'm like, hey, put everything on my tab. Don't let anybody pay for nothing. I got this one. It's like the credit card I applied for because I actually needed the free t-shirt that they offered with it. Like that's... But in New York, they have this jukebox that takes credit cards. Like you actually can pay for it with a credit card. So I wake up after like this long night out and I'm already angry because I've already spent, I've already gone over my balance in my bank account. But I find out that I spent $130 on a jukebox. Yeah, I put on my credit card. I'm like, what could I have been doing? I wanted to call a woman that worked at the jukebox place. Like, she would, like, this actually would be something. Like, in my head, I'm like, I know what I'll do. I will call and demand to know what happened. So I call up the thing, and I'm like, I would really like to know how $130 happened. And she's like, all right, let me break it down for you. We've got 33 plays of Living on a Prayer. Is that you? I'm like, yes. 22 plays of Brass Monkey back to back. I believe you paid extra to make that keep playing every time. And then we have a couple plays of Wind Beneath My Wings here at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Is that you? I'm like, I'm sad and lonely, I promise. Please don't tell anyone about this conversation. Click boot!
Man, can we talk? There's a lot of things people have weird stances on. Like, let's talk for a second about girly drinks. How did us men screw up so badly that we're not allowed to publicly drink delicious drinks? Why? Because I'm a man, so I enjoy the taste of beer and whiskey, yes. But you know what I also enjoy the taste of? Strawberries. I have a strawberry flavored drink. I get called a little girl. What's that, you little girl? It's tasty, a-hole. Why don't you back off? You know what I understand less than that? I drink smoothies all day long. No one says anything. But I put alcohol in my smoothie and now I'm a bitch? What? I'm getting drunk in my smoothie. That's gangster. I could care less. That's ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. I am very excited to be here today because I'm getting paid. Yeah, I am broke. I am very broke. I'm in debt, actually. And I realize one of the things that sucks about being in debt is that even a homeless person is much better off financially than I am. He's just at zero. I'm at negative $30,000. I think it's time the homeless started giving back. I'd like to wake up with a roll of nickels at my door every morning. I mean, he doesn't have to roll them, but a pile of nickels would be awesome. A homeless guy walked up to me earlier today and asked me for $1. I gave him $1, no big deal, and we ended up like shaking hands. We had this like nice human moment shaking hands. And I was curious, so I asked him, what's your opinion of what's going on in Afghanistan right now? And he pointed out this sign that said, God bless America. And he said, the problem is that should say, God bless the world. Right when he said that, I realized, damn, I have to wash my hands now. Just touched a homeless guy, it's messed up. Are you ever driving along late at night and suddenly out of nowhere you think you see a panther jump out at you? And then you realize, oh, I just drove drunk into the zoo again. Thought I was seeing things for a minute, thank God. Sometimes I see homeless people sleeping in the streets in the middle of the day. Honestly, I get kind of jealous. I wish I could sleep midday. I want to go in his sleeping ear and go, That's what my life is like. I don't know what you think, but it's not all sandwiches. Not 100%. No one's life's 100%.
I drink a lot. That's because I'm Irish. I tried to go to an AA meeting, but I ended up at an IRA meeting and should just go. People go, hey, Bombo, you're going to quit drinking? I say, sure I am. 2 a.m., just like you, sloth. My friend said, Bombo, I'm worried you've been drinking too much. I said, dude, I'm worried about your backseat driving. It's a drive-by, just man up and load the Uzi, puto, you know? You gotta start him young, man. Hey, what does a Superman and a blood gang member who forgot his gun at home have in common? Neither one of them want to see any kryptonite. Right? I don't eat hot dogs anymore, man. I figured out how they make them. It's disgusting. They force a chicken to have sex with a cow. It says it right on the package, made from chickens, pork, and beef. That's not how they make hot dogs. It's just a bunch of baloney. Can't go to my favorite strip club anymore because my girlfriend got a job there. She's the bouncer. She knows how I get when I drink. No, she left me, my girlfriend left me. And she wouldn't take the cat with her that she wanted to get just because it was frozen. No, I was just keeping it in like a state of kitty cryogenics until they figure out a cure for pissing on my Xbox.
Hey, thanks for being here. I love they put the beautiful young people up in the front. I love young people. I love drinking with young people the best. I did 16, 17. That is awesome. Get drunk with a teenager. They can drink me under the table. It makes me feel secure about my alcoholism. I got a lot of young friends. I got a friend of mine, she's so cute. She's only 22. How precious is that? And I love her. She's about to graduate business school. This is her last semester. And she called me because she wants advice on how to go out and get a job. That's my girl. I gave her good advice. I told her, this is what you got to do, all right? You got to call someone else. I can't help you with that. Or you can talk to my husband, because he is very intelligent. He is. You're married, right? You look unhappy. You know what I mean, huh? My husband is smart, too. My husband's like, it's not hard to understand business. It's really easy to understand what's going on with Wall Street. Maybe for you it is. I'm from Louisiana. I understand Bourbon Street. As far as I'm concerned, a stock market crash is just a shot I haven't tried yet. A bailout is when your friends come to rescue you from the ugly person vulturing your ass at last call. And a hedge fund is the money I set aside for my bikini wax. Thank you, it's a very large fund. It's front and back, it's a mutual fund.
I quit drinking a little over 7 months ago. I was holding for applause. Nope, it's too late. I also quit smoking, and thanks. Thank you. Today is actually day 219 of Operation Stop Having Fun, and so far it's been a complete success. I hadn't realized how much time and energy I was spending on getting drunk and then recovering from the hangover. And now that I'm sober, I found that I have a lot of energy to do stuff I never did before, like crying and cussing at strangers. I've been cussing a lot. The hardest part about being sober has been comedy, because I used to always have a couple beers before going up on stage, and now I don't do that anymore. And so sometimes when I'm up here, it feels kind of unnatural. Like, to me, doing comedy without drinking is a lot like stripping without having been molested. It's like, how did I get up here? What? Are you really offended? Okay. I don't believe you. One time, before I quit drinking, one time I got drunk with a friend of mine. We got really super drunk and we were walking home late at night. And we turned down this quiet street and saw a pack of wild boys up ahead. And she got really nervous, but I wasn't scared at first because I watched the nature shows. And if you're like a bison or something in the wild, not every pack of lions you walk past is hungry. Sometimes they've eaten right before you get there. So I thought maybe if we play it cool, they won't bug us. But as we approached, they did spread out into attack formation. And one of them came up to each of us, and the guy that came up to me goes, "Hey, you looking for a good time?" And I said, "No, sir, you know what kind of time I'm looking for is the kind that involves an undercover cop." Because in my drunken logic, I thought that would convey that I was a cop, but it clearly doesn't mean that at all. And then he got really weird, and he goes, "Wait, you want me to act like a cop?" And I was like, No, I'm a cop. And I just started saying I was a cop over and over again. He goes, "No, you're not." And he walked away. And then it occurred to me that maybe I could open a school of self-defense for women where I just teach them to irritate and confuse their attacker. Because it works.
I'm going through some stuff right now. I wasn't really feeling too well the last few weeks, and had a really bad cough, stuffy and stuff. And then my nose started bleeding. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? So I decided to go on WebMD and self-diagnose my symptoms. And I put them in, and it turns out that I have cervical cancer. So please pray for me, because I don't know how this could have happened. I've been getting all my pap smears and all that good stuff like that. I don't know how this could have possibly happened. I'm an everyday dude, and I'm kind of going through some stuff right now. I'm not, it's not bad stuff. I just had a birthday recently, and I had a couple of friends, and I called them up and I said, man, you should come out and have some drinks with me. And unfortunately, my friends couldn't make it out with me, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to let you guys mess up my birthday. I'm going to go out, and I'm still going to have fun. When you're over 40 and you're drinking by yourself, it's kind of sad. It's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. Here's the difference. When you're in your 20s and you go out and you drink by yourself, you might meet a group of girls at a table and they invite you over and they say, hey, you should come over and drink with us. Meet my friends, Lisa, Angela, Pamela, Renee. That's an old school reference, in case anybody was wondering. And that doesn't happen when you're over 40. When you're over 40 and you're drinking by yourself, people just kind of look at you and they feel bad for you, but they don't really want to say anything. I don't know. I was just sitting there kind of drinking by myself, and I started thinking to myself, like, this is the end of my life right now. Here's what drinking by yourself when you're over 40 is. It's like being the last one of your friends alive in a horror movie. You're gonna die. You're gonna die eventually. And it doesn't really matter if you make it until dawn and you run out the barn into the sheriff's arms like, oh my gosh, he's trying to kill me, and because you're mentally traumatized for the rest of your life. So it's over at that point. Kill yourself is what I'm trying to say if you're drinking by yourself after 40.
You gotta go home because that's what life's about, the family. Family, food, and having fun, right? And we party, I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, how big your house is, how small your house, everything revolves around the kitchen. Everything around the kitchen. You can fight like dogs that night before, right? You get all battle and then you laugh, next day you laugh about it over a bowl of menudo. Dude, you're crazy, I know, but I love you. You gotta cool it, dude. And we get drunk, dude, the family and everybody. You know how you can tell when a guy's had too much to drink? You know how you can tell when he's in the bathroom, he's trying to take a leak, that this is back there all drunk. He looks over and the toilet is over here. But some of you girls got it easy, right? Ladies, what do you do, ladies? You just back up into the stall, huh? You have to do that leaning thing, huh? And you can always do that stall with a broken door. So there you're holding your panties out with one hand, holding the door shut with the other. There's like a drink minimum here because like I'm not the type of person that should ever get drunk. Personally, I don't like drinking, not because of alcohol itself, it's because all the drinks that I like, it just sounds too girly. You know what I mean? Like all the good, it's true because like I will go up to a bar and I'll be really nervous about it. Like, let me get a cross-eyed nipple. What was that? What? Hey, a beer. I want a beer. I said a beer. Don't be judging me. I said beer, a lager. Give me a lager. Shit. I get all defensive and stuff like that. I'm the type of drunk that, there's like different types of drunk, right? There's the angry drunk, there's a really happy drunk. I am the homosexual drunk. It's weird because like, and the thing is, I'm not just like the regular homosexual drunk, I'm like the confrontational one. Like I'll walk into a bar, hey! This is a true story. So, and I didn't find this out because I knew, because usually when this happens, I already black out. Like, I don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I went into a bar and it was a biker bar, right? Right, bad idea. I'm Asian, a lot of white people, right? They look at me, go home. You go home. Go back to England. Like, you're the immigrant. So, came up to this dude, and he was really racist. Like, he called me a chink, and I got really upset, right? But because I'm a homosexual confrontational person, I went up to him real quick and I went, bitch, smacked him in the back of the head real quick, right? Now check this out. For some reason, the Asian in me came out because the first fight move I chose was this. This guy was so confused because the next move I did was this. I went up to his face and I went, got your nose! No, this is a true story too. And the funny thing was, like, I was so drunk, I actually believe I had his nose. So I was like, you smell this? You smell this? You smell this? You want some of this? You want some of this? Ah! You know? The weird part was that he actually believed I had his nose too. That's how dumb he was. He was like, hey, don't do that. Hey. I can smell it. Kimchi. The fight ended when I gave it back to him. There you go, buddy. All right, don't let that happen again.
Hi. Where are my drinkers at? Who's partying? All right. Yeah, I was raised Irish Catholic, which means I'm a drunk. It's kind of like a law. I was on the wagon for a little while, but I got off, so darn bumpy, it kept spilling my beer. Yeah, they frowned upon at those meetings I was forced to go to for a little while. I was in AA listening to everybody tell their drunk-ass stories, and I couldn't help but think, I'd pep up these stories a bit. How about a beer? Couple of shots, a game of darts, something, Makes my stories more interesting, so drink up. I am a bit of a partier, and all my friends have these stories they like to tell about me to try to embarrass me. And they all start out the same way. Oh, Denise, remember when you did this? Denise, remember when you did that? Hell no! That's why it's such a good story! I do have some common sense, I just choose to dull it with alcohol. Someday they'll have a good story about me they could tell like my grandkids about how I rescued a bag of kittens from the river. And then later they'll find out I threw it in there when I was drunk, Wacky experiment gone terribly awry. What I don't understand, and I'm sure it's nobody here, people say, let's go out and have one beer. Who the hell has one beer? You have 6 or you have 12, that's how I was raised. You either leave the bar with a smile or you get forcibly removed. Dad, good times. The only time I've ever asked for one beer is after I just puked out my soul in the bathroom for a couple hours. And I came out and I said, room for one more. 2 questions, who's got gum and who wants to make out? Just make sure you have the gum.
Latinas, very lovely. I love Latinas very much. They're the hottest women on the planet. I think so, which is why I watch Channel 34. I watch Spanish television a lot. I'm serious, I do. That's my porn. I'm serious. I watch Channel 34 a lot. And if you watch enough Spanish television, you eventually learn that Spanish TV and American TV have the same shows. Same things, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, we here in America have a show called Blind Date. Mexican television has a show called Buscando de Amor. Okay, we have a show called Cheaters. In Spanish television, Secretos. We have a show called Jerry Springer. They have a show called Jose Luis. Right. See, I'm losing the white people now, okay? Who is this Jose Luis character? Okay, I'll explain, okay. We all know what happens on Jerry Springer when the guests get into fights and stuff, okay? Well, they do the same thing on Jose Luis, but on Jose Luis, the audience gets into the fight too. It's gangster, it's cool. So what the producers had to do was to build a fence to separate the audience from the guests. Seriously, they had to build a fence to separate the audience from the guests. Now, this does not impress me because I already know that Mexicans can climb fences, okay? Thank you, thank you. Everybody here drinking tonight, having a good time, enjoying it? Good, good. I love drinking. I'm a professional drinker. I love drinking so much. I just gave up driving. I was like, well, the state of California helped that, you know. I got 2 DUIs in 2 days apart. It was really horrible. I haven't driven legally in 3 years. Just got my license back. See, I'm serious. Oh, thank you. I just got my license back and I'm thinking about getting a new car. Thinking about getting my car from England because I'm so used to getting it on the passenger side. And I'm thoroughly convinced that each race has a different liquor that screws other races up. For instance, Mexican people have tequila. Yeah! Okay? Black people, we have Hennessy, Kool-Aid. White people have Jägermeister. Oh, see, guys, those groans, you see, those are Jaeger victims right there. I'll explain to you, Jägermeister is a white-only drink. Okay, if you're black or Mexican, it is not for you. Matter of fact, I'm thoroughly convinced that Adolf Hitler created Jägermeister as part of the final solution, because it's just like him, evil. It does weird stuff to you. It's a violent drunk. I'm serious. The reason why I explain this, I was hanging out with my white friend Josh. I didn't name him. And we were hanging out, right? And he's all, hey, Jingles, man, come on, let's drink some Jaeger, man, come on. Drink some Jaeger, come on, yeah. Yeah, come on. I was like, dude, I don't feel like drinking. He's all, dude, I'm buying. I'm all, let's go, man. 15 shots later. I'm telling you, I drink, you know, especially when people are buying. 15 shots of Jaeger, and to remind you, we've been drinking the whole night. We've been drinking Jägermeisters the whole night. So it was my turn to buy, so I stagger up to the bartender, and she looks at me and goes, Jaeger? I say, what you call me? Oh, man, where's your manager? Manager? Hey, manager, no, we've been in your establishment the whole night drinking Negromeisters. And your waitress calls me a Jaeger. I don't appreciate that. Especially not during Black History Month. I don't And they have a drink with Jägermeister now called Jaeger Bomb. I don't know if you're familiar with it. You're all going to jail. You're all going to jail. I'm serious. Jägermeister, if you're not aware, or Jaeger Bomb, if you're not aware, it's Jägermeister mixed with Red Bull, which is stupid. Because now you get so drunk you can't pass out. You just sitting up there. Hey, you want to go to the 35er? Let's go to the 35er. I secretly think there's a laxative in Jägermeister. I'll explain that later. Which is why I am a weed smoker. I am a professional stoner. I have been smoking weed for 20 years. I love marijuana. It's great. Thank you. I'm serious. And I think weed is getting a bad rap. I don't mean a blunt rap. I mean they're talking bad stuff about weed. I hate when people say that weed makes you stupid. No, it doesn't. It makes you smarter. It helped me out. Because I'm very bad at math. So in high school, I would smoke out before every math test because I'd get nervous, right? And one time I took the test, and on the test it said, and I quote, what's the difference between a quarter and an eighth? I wrote $50. That's when I got my test back and the teacher said, see me after class. I walked up to him, did I get it wrong? He's all, no, I just want to know where you get your weed from. That's around the time I started smoking with apples. I just love weed. It's just a sharing, caring thing. You know what I mean? Weed is a sharing thing. You just, you get high, you pass a joint, and go out to your Del Taco with your friend and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love weed so much, I think I developed superpowers. No, nothing fancy like flight, super strength, or anything like that. Ability to command fish or anything like that. No, I think I have this, like ESP, I have like this weed sense. Like I'll go to a party and somebody says we ran out, and I go, hold on, my weed sense is tingling. I mean, it's tough being a stoner, you know, especially when your chick is a stoner and you break up, because I just recently broke up with my girlfriend. No, that's don't. She practiced bitchcraft. No, don't do that. And she's a stoner too. You know, it's like, it sucks now because we're fighting over custody. We're fighting over custody though, of the dealer. But I'm trying to get joint custody. I'll smoke weed with anybody, I don't care. You could be racist, I'll smoke weed. I don't, really, seriously, I'll smoke with a skinhead, I don't care. Oh, you don't like black people, huh? Yeah, they can be a problem sometimes. I'll smoke weed with anybody, I don't care. Anybody, wait, oh, there's one person I'll never smoke out with. That's Kobe Bryant. Because he doesn't pass.